Okay, welcome to episode 12 of my Zoomini Let's Play. Let's go ahead and get started and see if we can complete an entire journey today. Okay, so last time I brought a group of Zoombinis all the way to Zoombinisville. I have some at both of the camps, but not enough of them in either place to continue the journey, so we'll have to go back to Zoombini Island and start a new journey. So let's get going. Alright, first batch of Zoombinis of the day. Here we go. So I'm going to attempt to do all 3 legs of the journey today without losing anybody. And hopefully not take more than an hour or so to do them. Would be nice. But we'll see. Oh, wait. I saw someone sneaking in. We'll save that guy for later. But for now, this looks like a good group, although I don't have any green noses and only one purple, which is fine. Maybe that'll make things easier.
Bopped around like beans in a basket, the Zoombinis were glad to finally reach land. Oh, strange and treacherous land though it is.
That might have been a new message. I don't remember. But here we are at Allergic Cliffs. So at this difficulty, it's kind of tricky because it's possible to have sets of Zoombinis on each side that don't have anything in common because they're looking for 2 features, and as long as the Zoomini has one of those 2 features, it can pass, and then the other bridge will just take the rejects, if I remember correctly. So I think it's good to start with Zoombinis that have things in common. Okay. And along the way, we'll try to figure out which cliff is allergic and which one is needy and requires certain things. So let's try this one up here. So you'd think that the top one doesn't care about hair, but that might not be the case. It might be that it needs, Zoominis need an orange nose or shaggy hair to get across. So let's try... let's try a Zoombini, or it could be the wheels too. Let's try this one. So it seems like the top one didn't like either the hair or the eyes. So let's try the hair. Alright, let's try the hair with a different nose color. So it looks like as long as they have the flat hair, they'll be okay on the bottom. Or maybe the one on the top just doesn't like sleepy eyes. So let's see. Okay, this is starting to get tricky. Let's try this one. Maybe this one. Then maybe this one on the top. So even if you don't know the rules yet, you can still try to look for similar ones. Okay, so let's try and find which features they might be sorting by. So The one on the bottom, it might require either a red nose or flat hair, or it might, it says it has to be 2 different features. So it's not going to be red nose and orange nose. It has to be 2 different ones, according to this. So maybe it requires a red nose or flat hair, or it requires flat hair or springs. It could be either of those. Then the one at the top, it could be it requires either the roller skates or the sleepy eyes. But if that were true, then this one would have made it on top. It could be it requires either a blue nose or wide eyes. Let's try this one. Okay, so you can see that this one and this one, for instance, don't have any features in common. So it could be the top one is requiring a blue nose or these feet, but that can't be true because then this one would have been okay. So maybe the top one is requiring, let's see. Let's see. I'm thinking that the bottom one is the one that requires it to have certain traits, and then the other one is just taking the leftovers. So it could be the bottom one requires either the flat top or a red nose. So let's try that. And then this doesn't have either. And then this doesn't have either. Okay.
You got them all through. Good for you.
So I think that's it. You see that all the red noses went on the bottom and all of the flat tops went on the bottom. So it required it to have either of those traits. Then everything else went at the top. So I did it with 1 extra peg to spare.
The Zoombinis journey for many days until they arrive at 4 stone caves. All fiercely defended, I'm afraid.
Welcome. Do be careful as you make your way up the path.
Okay, so these guys, they're sort of like the allergic cliffs, but slightly different. So let's just go ahead and test one.
Bye-bye.
Move it, Toots.
Thanks for coming.
So again, let's try starting with ones that are similar. Like that one. Maybe this one.
Many try, few succeed.
So he either didn't like the hair or the eyes of this
Okay, by
one.
me. Proceed.
So let's try this one here.
Okay.
Don't be shy.
Okay, so the Zoombinis in this cave all have wide eyes. So I believe that means that all wide eyes have to go here.
You'll do.
Tisk tisk.
Or that all the ones that go here will have wide eyes. But it seems he didn't like either the nose or the hair of that one. Okay. So a sleepy nose was on the left up here. Then this one has the shaggy hair and the red nose. The thing that's different is the feet. Okay.
You'll do. Have a good time.
So spring feet on the right is what it looks like. Then red nose on the bottom. And then there's orange noses on both top and bottom. I don't have any Cyclops eyes in there yet, but I think the hat has to go on top.
You're okay.
Step in.
Okay. So what pattern do we see? So all the springs are on the right. So this one here rejects springs. This one accepts them. And then as far as top and bottom goes, it's not the wide eyes or the sleepy eyes. Could be the red noses.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Let's see. So I believe when you have a trait that is diagonally opposite, like sleepy eyes, it means that doesn't matter. Because if both the upper left and the lower right let that trait through, then it doesn't matter. So sleepy eyes don't matter. So sleepy eyes don't matter. What else doesn't matter? The red nose doesn't matter. So what does matter here? The shaggy hair, it looks like it has to be at the bottom. And maybe wide eyes on the left. So why did this one get put up here? Hats on top and springs on the right. See, this one has a spring, so it should go here.
Hello.
This is one of those games where if I was like writing things down, maybe it would make more sense, but I'm half doing it by intuition. Sometimes I have enough mental energy to like really concentrate and it totally makes sense. And sometimes it's like, let's just guess. Okay, so it does look like springs on the right, because the right is becoming full of springs and everyone has a spring. So the one on the right needs springs, the one on the left rejects springs. So everyone else should go on the left. And then the question is, what feature is only on the top or only on the bottom? And that's where it's different. Because there's quite a mix of things. So maybe the bottom needs either ponytail or shaggy hair, and the top will take the other ones. So maybe it's 2 features. So every guardian has 2 features they will accept or reject. And it does say 2 features, so... Okay, so the one on the right will accept either spring feet or something else. And I'm not sure what the something else is. The one on the bottom will accept either the shaggy hair or the ponytail. So this should go on the bottom. Then these should go on top. Now it could be, I haven't done any roller skates yet, and I haven't done any feet. So the one on the right may accept roller skates or feet.
Nice
Okay.
try.
So this one, so the 2 feet type he accepts are roller skates and springs. And this one should be fine at the top. This one does not have roller skates or springs. And then ponytails go on the bottom.
Well, why not?
This is roller skates, so it goes on the
Step right
right.
up.
And then it goes on the top, because it's not shaggy hair or ponytail. And then the question is it that the one on the right accepts roller skates and springs? Or is it that the one on the left accepts, you know, these skates and these? So you'll always have 2 and 3. So at the top we have 3 different hairstyles, 1, 2, 3. At the bottom we have 2. And so far we have 2 of each foot type. So I'm not actually sure which way this will go. He has to be on the top, but I don't know if it's the top left or the top right. So we just got lucky there.
How fortunate for Zoombinis that you are their guide.
Yeah, hey, don't be strangers.
When it comes to these finicky eaters, one troll's poison is another troll's pizza.
Pizza for breakfast. Pizza with tea.
My heroes.
Awesome. So again, this puzzle at this difficulty isn't really any harder than the first 2 difficulties. It's the same strategy, just testing one topping at a time.
Something on that I don't like.
Something's wrong.
I'd like more toppings, please.
And the trolls don't share toppings they like, so each one will potentially like only a couple toppings.
Something must go.
I'd appreciate more toppings.
Uh-oh, there's something on that I don't want.
Okay, let's try the pepperoni. Maybe Arno will like just pepperoni.
More
Nope.
toppings!
There's something there I won't eat.
Uh-oh.
Alright, let's try mushrooms.
More toppings.
That topping, not for me, thanks.
Oh, something's wrong.
Alright, we're getting to the end.
Something on that I don't like.
Is that all I get?
Something's wrong.
Okay, so we now know... Actually, we don't know. Like, Arno, he might just want pepperoni and mushrooms combined, but he might also want it with one of these other toppings, too. So this will be the final test.
Something must go.
That topping, no.
It's still missing my favorites.
Okay, so... I thought that was the final test. So each of them want at least 2 toppings, but we don't yet know if any of them wants whipped cream.
Something on that I don't like.
More toppings.
Something on that's not good for me.
Ouch. So that was our warning. So if you try every possible topping, you'll get through with 1 warning. So the game gives you just enough tries to try all of that. And sometimes you won't need all the tries. But let's go ahead. Arno wants pepperoni and mushrooms. Now we just have to combine what's on their rock.
The perfect pizza!
She wants peppers, cheese, and whipped cream. I did not like that smacking sound right in my ear. And then let's try the olives and the cherry for him. That cherry is always hard to see because it's almost the same color as the pizza sauce. But that should be good. We'll watch the meat this time. Usually I skip it because it's so gross. Do not eat pizza like this. It's a waste.
Pizza, 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 pizza.
You've done quite well.
Okay, we got everyone through. They don't say thanks. Well, sometimes they say thanks or my little pizza makers or something like that, but they never tip us.
Ah, Shelter Rock. A quiet oasis for Zoombinis to explore, wait for friends, and catch up on gossip.
Okay, so here we are. As you can see, we already had a mostly full load of Zoombinis already here, but there wasn't just quite enough of them. So I'm going to take the new Zoombinis, actually. Take most of these out, so that these are the ones that are waiting. Because I like to be fair, you know? Plus, otherwise, I feel like I never use this little shelter thing. Let's see, how many spaces do we need? We've got 12 there. So we need to take all but 4. But that's okay. They're a big group. They could just hang out here and have a party. Inside their little cubby holes where they can't see. Okay. So then these are the guys we're taking. And obviously this is going to affect the composition of the group as far as the mix of different features, but oh well. I wasn't really coordinating that anyway. It was all random, so now it'll just be a different random. Wait! Oh, he has feet. Not roller skates. Only one can have roller skates. And a green nose and shaggy hair and sunglasses. Alright, well at least turn this so that these guys can see. And they have some green gloop that they can eat. Let's adjust the mushroom color while we're here. Let's turn them yellow. I guess this will have to be green. Oh, there was a yellow one. Mostly yellow. Okay, so I believe, let's see. I believe I need to go north this time and experience Who's Bayou on the 2nd difficulty. So that's what we'll do.
It looks as if the kind captain has upped the ante.
Is he kind? He's not that nice. He's always discriminating by Zoombini features.
Welcome to the boat. Now hurry yourselves up and find your seat.
Okay, Captain Cajun's ferry boat level 2. Seating on Captain Cajun's ferry boat is very important. Zoominis can only sit next to each other if they have at least one matching feature. Same eyes, hair, nose, color, feet. Now there are more links between seats for a greater challenge. So yeah, basically the same, except instead of being just like a simple circle, now it's more like a grid. I'm not sure if diagonal matters, but what I like to do is start with the Zoombinis who are sort of unusual, so this is the only green nose, so let's get him out of the way.
Whatever you want to, I don't really care.
What else do I have that's unusual? This is the only other one with feet. And then here's a shaggy hair one before I run out of those. And then orange nose and sunglasses. That works. So yeah, diagonal doesn't matter yet because these two don't have anything in common. So it's only up and down, left and right. So the Zoombinis, like here for instance, will need to match with 3 other Zoombinis. Okay, here's my last yellow nose.
Ah, sure.
And then I've got another sunglasses with the flat top. Okay, what else? Let's get rid of my Cyclopses.
There you go, you got it.
Alright, and then what else? I need to use up my glasses guy at some point. And then blue nose and hat, so not too hard. Even with a random party. Let's try blue nose. Then wide eyes and hat. He's going to be tricky, so let's go ahead and put him here.
Ah, sure.
And he has the sleepy eyes and the red nose. And like that, and like that. Okay.
There you go, you
First try. I was expecting to have to do a little reordering at the end, but not bad. Now, the next puzzle is going to be a fair bit different.
Travel on, brave adventurers, that wonder of the wetlands. Bruno, the shape swapper, has a special tool for swapping lily pads. Now they'll need to make their own paths across.
And no, I don't think the existence of Bruno or what he is ever explained. Just another weird creature in this weird world. Anyway, Titanic Tattooed Toads level 2. Each Zombini needs a Titanic Tattooed Toad to carry it across the field of lily pads to the other side. Most of the toads will follow a special path that matches the shape of the lily pad, the shape of the lily pad, the shape of the flower, the shape of the lily pad, or the color of a stripe on its back. For example, a toad with a red stripe will follow a path with lily pads with red flowers to the other side. Some toads cannot cross the river at all, and none will hop diagonally. So all of that is the same as before. Here's the new part. Using the swapping stick, you'll need to swap some lily pads around to make complete paths and get your Zoombinis across. To swap lily pads, click on the swapping stick, click on one pad, and then click on the second pad to swap positions. So this is sort of like Bejeweled or something. I'm trying to think what game is like this, but anyway, so here's the swapping stick, this sort of magic wand thing. It does have a limited number of uses, which I don't think they told you about, but on this difficulty you have quite a few uses, so as long as you look for paths that are already mostly complete and just fill in those rather than trying to create a path from scratch, then you shouldn't worry about running out. But I believe there might already be a couple complete paths without doing the swapping, so let's look for them. So again, I like to start with color. So here's an almost complete white path. It looks like it has just 2 breaks in it. For the pink one, it has a break right here, but then it's fine. Red has a break there, and then it's fine. Orange, oh, actually orange looks like it's complete. So I want to do the ones that are already complete to save on uses of the wand. And also, once you start swapping things, you might accidentally break one of the paths that are already fine. Alright, so the blue one next is almost complete right here. So that's it for color. Let's try lily pad shape. So the C-shaped ones. Looks like there's a break right here. There's no other path for that. The 3-leaf one goes here, here, here. I don't really see a path there. Here's a path. And there's a break right there. So we'll continue with the orange one while we're thinking. Then we've got the sort of hourglass shape. And I don't see a path for that. Let's try the 4-leaf one. Nope. Okay, so no luck with those. Let's try the shape on the lily pad. Diamonds. Nope. X's. Oh, hey, I have a path of X's. It goes sort of all over the place, but it looks like it's complete. Yep. And then we'll try just the flower shape. So not here. Okay, so there's only 2 paths that are already complete. So once this guy gets done, we'll have to start swapping some things around. So again, we want to look for ones that are already almost complete so we don't have to change too much. I think some of the color paths, like this one, only had 1 break in it. So we could look for another blue one to swap with. If we could find one that's blue but with an X and a C shape, then we will avoid unnecessarily messing up other paths that use the other attributes. Just gotta re-find the path. There we go. So a blue C shape with an X on it. Obviously it can't be this one because that would break its own path. Well, oh, there's one. And I'm not sure yet if this will matter, but... So you notice when you go to swap, time freezes. Which is good, because otherwise it could probably mess things up. So let's just do that. So those are swapped. Now we can send them off on the blue path, which should be pretty straightforward. And what else? Do we have a red one? Yeah, we do. So let's see if we can find a red C shape with a diamond on it, which is right here. So that one has to keep swimming, but everything else freezes. All right. What? Why did that one... Where's it going? Now, technically, if you accidentally put one of your toads on an incomplete path, you could use the wand to swap out lily pads and complete the path and save it. Okay, so we've got the blue path, and then we should have a complete red one right here. But sometimes the toads just, like, bump into each other, so they'll hop back and forth and finally make it to the other side. Okay, so that's the red path. Let's try a purple path. Okay, so if I swap this one, then the purple path will be done. So I need a diamond purple 4-leaf. I'm not sure if I have one of those. But let's put this guy back on the red path. Or I could complete this one here. They would both let it through. So then I would be looking for a purple flower 4-leaf, which this one up here is. Again, I'm probably being overly cautious. Alright, so that should complete the purple path. Then I believe the white path had 2 breaks in it. So I'm going to skip that one because that would take more energy. I don't know if you can tell. Eventually the red will start draining out of the wand to show that you're using it up. But so far what we've done has barely affected it. Like you can't really tell. So let's try doing some shapes. Can we make a diamond path? Not here. I could put a diamond there. It looks like there's 2 breaks in the diamond path though. Let's try a path with these flowers. Maybe right here? No, that also has a couple breaks. So let's try looking at the shapes. So the C's. If I just swap this one, I think. Yep, so let's look for a C with a red X in the center. And again, this probably doesn't matter because my X and my red are already gone. So just any C would be fine. But I don't know, I sort of like the extra challenge of trying to find a perfect match. So this one and that one. And then that should be a complete path. Yep. And again, even if I made a mistake, I could go ahead and swap again and correct it. Let's look for the 3-leaf, see if we've got a path with that. Here, here, here. Let's see, there's a break there. I'm not seeing a great path for it. Let's try the hourglass one. I could do one here. Yeah, that would work. So an hourglass with a white X. Oh, there's one. That should be it. Now, why isn't this guy getting across? I think I missed something. So apparently there were 2 breaks in that path. Either that or I was switching too many paths at once and caused something to get messed up. Oh well. Maybe I'll rewatch the video later and see what happened. So this should be good. Okay, so this guy needs another C in one of these spots. So let's see if we can find one for him. Okay, so now you can see the wand is starting to drain, but I've got plenty of uses left, so C, C, C. If I put a C here, that should be fine. Or a crescent, or whatever they're called. Okay, so we've got that one, and then this, and then maybe I'll look for a path on the south part so I don't mess anything up. And I've got enough uses now left that I can just sort of get aggressive with path making. So like, let's say I wanted to do a 3-leaf one. I could go here. No, not that. Wow, I chose a really bad path. Oh well, I just need to complete this one path and then it's over. I think that's it. But we will see. I'm interested to see how, like, the pathfinding on these toads works. Is it like always go to the right, and if you can't go to the right, go north, or how does it work? Okay, so that one is done. But you see we still had a lot of uses left with the wand, so you can really mess up a few times. But if you try to have too many toads going over at the same time and you try and change too many paths, then you'll end up changing one of the paths that you still need, I think. But not too tricky. In fact, in some ways this might be easier than the first difficulty, because in the first difficulty, if you pick a wrong path, you're just stuck. You can't fix it. But with this one, with this wand, you can correct paths even if they're already on the board. It would be interesting if they made it...
Well done, O wise and trusted guide.
It'd be interesting if they made it so that you had to make all the paths, but then as soon as you were done making paths, you lost the wand and you had to then send all your toads across. So like 2 different stages, and then if you made wrong paths, you couldn't fix it.
Zoombinis will get a rise out of these stone hexes if they can make the right connections.
The Zoombinis must link together to turn the stone elevators on and continue their journey. Link Zoombinis together in groups of 3 according to uncommon features such as red noses. The symbols on the stone pad show what attribute the Zoombinis must share. So when they say groups of 3, they don't mean all 3 have to have the same feature. They mean that you'll have a group of 3, and each pair must have a certain feature in common. And then there's a room for the one extra that you couldn't fit in. So I believe on the easier difficulty, it was only pairs. But it's already been so while since I played this puzzle that I forget. But you could go back and watch the older video if you want to see how that went. So... again, let's start with the unusual features. So this is the only guy with a green nose. So obviously I can't match him up by nose, but I can match him up by feet. There's only one other that had feet. So I can sort of use similar pairings to Captain Cajun. And then I'll leave the eyes open for a little while, I think. What else have I got that's unusual? Let's see, 3 purple noses. So I've got a bit of every nose, a bit of every hair. Oh, somehow I have none of the ponytails. I guess they all stayed behind. I must have had like no ponytails in the group that was already there. Sleepy eyes. I've only got 2 sleepy eyes. So let's go ahead and match these guys up by eyes. And then I've got 2 Cyclopses. There's no other eye matches, though. So let's see. The one, only got 2 with roller skates, but I don't see any more feet matching. So all the rest of the matching is going to be mostly by hair and by noses. Let's see if we can order them around slightly. Come on, I'm ordering you. Apparently I'm clicking slightly past the boundaries. This is probably unnecessary, but I like ordering things around. Okay, so aside from this one eye match, everything else is hair and noses. So I've got a couple here with the same hair. So let's use up this guy for the eyes. And I need a flat top here. Right, these are my only blue noses, so let's match them up, except then I don't have any more of the flat tops. Maybe he'll just be the leftover one. Maybe we'll do it like this. I think that wasn't right. Oh, I think this is where I meant to. Ow!
Oh!
How do they even get to their little standing spots if the whole field is electrified? Who knows? Okay, so we can have this one left over. These three all have the same hair. And then these three all have the same nose, so not too tricky.
Well done, O wise and trusted guide.
Okay, so that's that.
Amazing indeed.
Heard it.
Another relaxing campsite ready and waiting for Zoombinis. And they'll need their rest. The darkest, most dangerous part of the journey is yet to...
Okay, so I had not realized or forgot, but this is actually going to be the very hard difficulty for the Mountains of Despair. So in addition to showing you the new difficulty of the Bayou, we'll also get an even harder difficulty for this section, so that's cool. The Lion Slayer level 3. The stone lion requires a certain order from the Zoombinis before they can pass. To move the lion's stone paw, the Zoombinis must be grouped together and sorted by 2 attributes, such as nose color and hairstyle. One attribute is primary and tells you the groupings of Zoombinis by family. The second attribute is secondary and tells you the order within the family. The symbols on the wall next to the lion gives clues of what attributes to sort the Zoomini by. For example, color, noses, and hairstyles on the wall are hints to first line up the Zoombinis by color of nose and then by hairstyle within the group with the same colored nose. So not too tricky. Again, there's lots of hints right here on the wall. So we know blue noses have to come first. And then orange noses are going to be second to last. I do have one of every nose color. But I don't have every hair type. I don't have the ponytail hair. So let's see. I might have to use a couple guesses because of the missing information. So blue noses come first. I know shaggy hair comes before hat hair, but two things come before shaggy hair. One of them might be the ponytail, but there'll be at least one other type. Okay. So let's see if it's ponytail first or flat top first. Okay, so the order of hair is flat top, tuft hair, shaggy hair, hat hair, and then the ponytail, which we don't have. And then all the blue noses first, so this is my last blue nose. Okay, and then orange noses are second to last. Let's see what last could be. Could it be the green nose? It is. Okay, so orange noses are last, and the last one will be with a hat. Which I don't have, and then before that the shaggy hair, and then before that the tuft hair, and then the flat top. So I'm not sure what nose colors are between blue and orange. It could be these in either order. But let's make sure we get at least the hair part right. So this is the red nose. Okay, then the shaggy hair, red nose, and then these guys. So we got a bit lucky there. So then purple with the hat, the tuft hair, and the flat top. So we only had to use one guess.
Well done!
Not bad.
Deeper into the mountains they go, fighting their fears and the occasional family of bats. They arrive at a room where they can reflect on the appearance of a mysterious machine.
Oh yeah. Now this is when this puzzle starts to get interesting. You can see features are swapping here, which can be slightly intimidating, but let's read the help. Mirror Machine Level 3. The Mirror Machine requires matching reflections in the center crystal before allowing Zoombinis to pass. Place the attribute filters in an order that will transform the Zoombini images and make this possible. For example, a filter with shaggy hair will transform the ponytail hair of a Zoombini to shaggy hair. You can place up to 3 filters on either side of the center crystal. When you're ready, place the correct filters on either side of the central crystal and then click the lever. If the projected images are identical, the Zoombini will pass the other side. If not, the Zoombini will be knocked back to the Shade Tree base camp. Click on the lever again to clear the images and continue playing. Some filters display changing attributes, and the transformation will vary depending on the image of the Zoombini. For example, a filter with blinking hairstyles will change the hairstyle of a Zoombini, but the transformation will be different depending on the original hairstyle of the Zoombini. So the changing features are sort of variables or functions. It's been a while since I took math, but yeah, depending on what the original feature was, it will change. But you can always place them and see what it will end up being. So this one, you don't know what the hairstyle will be until you place it, but as soon as I place it, we can see. And it's based on what the original hairstyle of the Zoombini was. So this one on the right, the original hairstyle is a ponytail, and it will transform a ponytail into a flat top. You can almost think of it as the hair having a certain order, and it's adding like a +1. So it goes from ponytail hair to ponytail +1, which is the flat top. Now this one is already a flat top, so flat top +1 is the tuft hair. But as soon as you place it, the moving image will freeze in place and you can see what it's going to be. And if you combine multiple of these filters, you can get interesting things. So ponytail plus flat top plus another rotating one will give the tuft hair on the end. So yeah, very different. This is one puzzle that changes a lot with each difficulty. So our Zoombinis are not lined up on the ledges over here anymore. Instead, they're just sitting on these carts, so we cannot pick the order that they'll be in. We just have to use the Zoomini that's already there. And instead of picking the pictures from both sides, we can only start with these two pictures. And then we choose the filters. So in the last difficulty, we had to choose the pictures, but the filters were already in place. And now we have to choose the filters, and some of them move. So yeah, pretty interesting. But okay, so these two already have a blue nose and a spring in common. So we just need to change the hair and the eyes. So I could add this one to give it the sleepy eyes, but then the hair is a hair type I don't want. Let's see if it's the same for all of these. So again, it doesn't matter which of the changing filters you pick, it'll end up with the same result for the hair. But let's see what happens if we combine them. So if the tuft hair had the function, it would become the hat hair, which I don't want. But this one has a ponytail. It has sunglasses, regular glasses, which we don't want. That's not what we want. We could also obviously try changing this Zombini to match this one. So we could do like that. Then it has the right hair, but this one still needs the sleepy eyes. Let's see if this one with the changing eyes will help. Nope, then it ends up as one eye. But what if it started with a one eye? Now it becomes sleepy eyes, but the hair is wrong. So you can see how this can get complicated. And sometimes just messing around with them for a bit is the best way to do it. But let's try and be a little more practical about this, because I don't want this to take forever. So they already have the same feet, and there's actually no filters to change feet. There's one to change nose, but we know we can't use this because there's no way to make the other one have the same nose. So this filter will not be used. And then the others, they need to end up with the same hair and eyes, but it doesn't actually matter what the hair and eyes end up being for both of them. They just need to match each other. So let's say I did this. This is obviously the wrong hair, but let's try this hair, and then we end up with the wrong eyes. But what if we started with a different eye type? Okay. So I'm not sure if the pattern of how the filters, how they affect each other is the same every time you play this, but now we've got the tuft hair, sleepy eyes, blue nose, and spring. Pretty straightforward. Well, not straightforward, but we got it. Okay, so this guy. So again, there's nothing to change the feet. We need to change everything else. So I could give him a red nose. But then he has the Cyclops eye. I could give this guy the Cyclops eye, and then he has the tuft hair as well. So I think maybe looking for the feature that has the fewest number of options is a good way to start. Like over here, these two are starting with different feet. I know I need to give both of them the roller skate feet. Just will matter what order, which side each goes on. So now she has the wrong hair, but let's see. He can end up with the right hair if I put it on his side instead. But now they both need the same eyes. And I'm not sure if there was multiple possible combinations that would have worked, but that's how we got it. Okay, so nose color, I see 4 options for nose color. Eyes, there's 3 for eyes, and they already have the same hair, but that doesn't mean they're going to both end up with the same hair. But there's no point in changing the hair unless we have to. So 3 eye options, all of which are switching around. So I believe, so that one now has sunglasses. That's great. Now we need them both to end up with the same nose. I don't know why I did that. So I could give him a red nose. And also this one. Because it was the eyes that were switching, adding a different hair filter in front of it doesn't matter. So same hair, same eyes, same nose, same feet. Okay, so there's only one way to switch feet, so this one has to have this, and now their noses are the same. Actually, that was all we needed to do, so not too tricky for that one. Okay, so these already have the same nose. There's 3 options for feet, 3 for eyes, and 2 for hair. Let's try giving him this, and then try changing the feet. Now, I didn't know that this was going to end up as roller skate feet, but I figured I would try it. And then we need the Cyclops eye, so we can put that here. So as long as you find the ones that work, you don't need to worry about how the rest even function. You don't need to learn the function of all of them. Okay, so they both have springs. I need to change the hair, eyes, and nose. So I could either give this one an orange nose, or I could give both of them blue noses. Now, considering I need to change the eyes around, that might be what we end up having to do. And I need to change the hair as well, so because I need to change the hair, I could give this one this to change the hair. And then maybe this one to change the nose. That won't work, because then the eyes are different. Oh, wait a second. These two are the same. So then they'll both have the same hair and eyes, and then we just need the nose to be the same. Okay, I was overcomplicating that. Alright, so we need hair and eyes to change. There's only a couple of hair options, so there's no point picking... Wait, there's more. These ones are so small they're hard to see. Let's see if we can do it in one fell swoop. That wasn't it. Maybe this one? Now, if there's a way to give him eyeglasses somehow, like that, maybe like there we go. That was very complicated, but I just started combining them randomly. Alright, we're about halfway done. Haven't lost any so far. Okay, so this one needs feet. I don't know why they gave us 2, but there's the feet. Then this one needs eyeglasses, or this one needs wide eyes. And then we need to change the hair. that works, and I can make this one a Cyclops, but that will change her hair. So none of them have changing eyes. So I won't be able to use the sleepy eyes. They both need the Cyclops. And this one, maybe using this will help me to change the hair to be correct. Then I should put it here. I just need to get these in the right combination. Okay, so the ones with the static hair, if I'm going to use, they need to come first. Like that. And the ones that change come afterwards. Did that work? No, but now this one is not a Cyclops anymore, so... Let me see if I can figure out the order that the hair is changing in. So it goes from tuft hair to hat hair, which is great, except I can't keep this one as hat hair necessarily. Although, if it immediately goes to hat hair, then if I do another, then... Now, if it was starting with a ponytail, it would go to that. And then that. This one goes to shaggy hair right away. So I can make the one on this side, I can either make be a hat, or a flat top, or the tuft hair. Or a ponytail. But I can't because I need to have one of the eyes over here. So I can do hat hair, shaggy hair, or the tuft. Then on this side, I can do shaggy hair. Okay, so shaggy hair, Cyclops, and then we need the feet over here. So that took a while. We had to layer several of the changing ones on top of each other. So sometimes they're easy and sometimes they're hard. It's just how it goes. He needs this because he needs the right feet. And we need to change the hair and eyes. Which is easy because we have these. So again, sometimes they're hard, sometimes they're easy. Alright, they have nothing in common. So, I need to change the feet and the eyes, that's good. And then I need to change the nose and the hair. The only way to get them to have the same nose would be to use this. And this. And for the hair... we just need to find, looks like that's right. Alright, so this one, we need same feet and nose. So to get the same feet, they must both have a spring. And then we'll give this one a purple nose. There we go. Alright, eyes and hair. I think we can just do this. And let's see, we need everything to change. So this is the only foot, so this side has to have it. For hair, we don't have a lot of choices, so now we have shaggy hair and wide eyes. And then we just need to change the nose. Actually, we could do this on both sides. Alright, so we need to change feet and nose. This is the only foot. Has to go on this side. And then for the nose... This one's purple. I could put it on this side, but that would mess up the hair. So I don't think they're going to end up with the same eyes that they started with. The green one is useless unless it's behind something else. Okay, I think that's the same. This is sort of a marathon. We should call this the mirror marathon instead of the mirror machine. Okay, eyes and nose. That looks good. Wait, was that the last one?
You've done quite well.
Whew, okay. I hope I have some mental energy left for the next one, because it should be getting harder now.
My, that was a mind bender. But onward and downward they continue.
Okay, here's the colored grids that we were promised. Bubble Wonder Abyss Level 3. The Zoombinis are seeking a way across Bubble Wonder Abyss. Directional arrows and Zoomini features tell you the direction a Zoomini will move in. For example, Zoombinis will move in the direction the white arrow is pointing. If a square displays an arrow with a symbol of a Zoomini feature, such as red nose, any Zoomini matching that feature will travel in the direction of the arrow. Those that do not match continue in their original direction. Be aware that some arrows change direction once the Zoomini has passed over it. Also notice that colored arrows will change when a Zoomini passes over a colored square and triggers it. Plan ahead and sort the Zoominis before sending them on their way. The order is important. So I believe that's the same message as previously, but now we actually have the colored grids, so that made things harder. And what's interesting is that there's only one launching point, so every Zoombini will have to leave here. We don't have any that we can quickly send off separately. So we'll have to really think about the order. So let's see what would happen if we sent a random Zoomini through. So he would go up. And then the red arrow's pointing this way. So then anyone with an orange nose would get rejected and perish. And then the question is, how do you get the orange noses across? And you have to flip that red switch. So until we flip the red switch, the orange noses are not safe to cross. So we'll just sort of separate them out at the bottom. And then what will happen? If it has a blue nose, it will trigger this orange switch. And the orange switch would also save the orange noses. So we can save them either by flipping this and then they would just skip past this. Or we could flip this orange one, and then they'd go here and then come back this way. So if we flipped either the red switch or the orange switch, then the orange noses would be safe. And if it has no orange nose or blue nose, then what will happen? It'll just keep going. It'll come down here, and then it needs the tuft hair, or else it will die. So who do we have to send through first? We can't send an orange nose through. We could send a blue nose through, and that will potentially work. But if we did, it would need to have tuft hair or it would perish. And if it had neither of those nose colors, again, it would need to have tuft hair. So the first one needs to have this hairstyle. Let's see, we've also got a filter by wide eyes and sunglasses. I'm just going to sort of make groups for them. Alright, so orange noses would die. If we sent out, let's say we sent out a tuft hair, because the tuft hair has to be the first one. If it doesn't get caught here and go to the right, it will go down. And let's say our first one was not orange or blue. If it has the propeller, it will go through and trigger the red switch. And then as soon as this red switch is triggered, then then everything will go through here instead. And then all the tuft hair ones would die. So I believe what we need to do, and then we have one with a blue nose as well. So we can't send any other hair type through until we trigger one of these colored switches. And triggering the orange switch would not help, because then everything still has to go through this hair filter. So I need to trigger the red switch, and after I do that, all of the tuft hairs will get sucked in, but the other hair types would be fine. So I need to save the propeller for last out of these guys. And I need to send all of these guys through before the propeller, because the propeller will be the last with the tuft hair that will survive. And then as far as the blue nose goes, now is there any other way to trigger the red switch? So once people start taking the red path, what will happen? They'll go this way, they won't have this hair, so they'll keep going. And then they'll either have sunglasses or not. So if they don't have sunglasses, they'll go this way. This will keep swapping back and forth. And then between sunglasses and wide eyes. And then if the red switch, oh, I see. The red switch will affect two different arrows. So by this point, the red switch is already triggered, so they'll go through and then go up. Okay. And then the blue nose will flip this switch, which will allow all the orange noses to pass. Okay. Oh. So once this is switched, everything will go through here. I actually don't know if this orange switch really matters, actually, because we'll be sending the 4 guys with this hair through first. Let's say we sent the blue one through. He would go up here. He would trigger this. Oh wait, I have an orange nose who is also a tuft hair. Okay, so I just need to and if I sent him through first, he would go up, and then the orange nose would kill him. So before I do that, I need to send the blue nose through. He'll trigger this, and then he'll be safe. And then I can send in the orange nose one, and then he'll be safe too. So the only purpose of this, I think, is to save this one guy. And he can't be the last one because the propeller has to be last. And the blue nose has to go ahead of him. So I believe that's it. And then once that's all done, the red switch will be permanently this way. And then I believe we just have to alternate between the 2 eye types. None of them will go past the nose filters anymore. So that should not matter. So let's go. This is a puzzle where you basically have to plan everything from the start. Okay, so he'll go through, hit this, and then he'll keep going. So I could send the orange guy over now if I wanted to. He'll go up, and then he'll come down, and then go over and be fine. And then we need to save the propeller one for last. Then I don't think these can bump into each other. Just want to be careful. Okay, so this one will be good to go last, and he'll flip that red switch. And I'm all done with that hair type, because after this they won't be able to survive. And then we should just have the back and forth filtering between the 2 eye types, like on the easier difficulties. Okay, so now the first one needs to be not sunglasses. The second one needs to be not wide eyes. And the red switch also triggered this. Let's do wide eyes first, I believe. Then sunglasses, wide eyes. So nose color for these other guys does not matter. So this should be the correct order. So it needs to just be not sunglasses. And not wide eyes. I like how his little feet dangle. You just go kick, kick, kick. No, no, don't pop, don't hit each other. I didn't think that was going to be an issue, but I got scared there because I really want to do this completely perfectly and get the new reward. The problem is that the ones that go south take longer than the ones that can just go straight right there. So because this one's going south, I have to wait a long time. Because they sort of go down and then back up again. Okay. And then the last two, the order doesn't really matter. Okay, but I think I got it. There's literally no way to lose the last Zombini at this point. But I'm still waiting just to be safe.
Hip hip Zombini! Hip hip Zombini!
Okay, let's go. Well, that was exciting, but the higher difficulty really does get challenging.
Is this it? Could this be the place they've been seeking? A place of hope and prosperity? Zombiniville!
And with that, we are just over 1/6 of the way through our Zombini collection.
Yes, very nice, isn't it? But don't you have a job to do? Zoombinis to free?
Okay, so let's see what has changed in town. First of all, let's look for the little buildings. So I believe that one back there is new. There might be a new building to the side of this band shell, but I can't quite tell. There's a cluster of Zoombinis over there. There might be a new building there. I can't remember if that was already there. There's 3 here. I think there was only 2 before. So you can see the town is getting filled up, including one building now that's sort of further in the distance. And we have 2 groups of Zoombinis in the background. So it will continue to grow. And we have a couple of new buildings. I'm not sure which one came first. I think it's the other one first. Okay, this one. I have to move you. Okay. So this paperclip museum was made for the Zoombinis who finagled the ferry boat, successfully swapped lily pads, and connected the current when traveling was oh so hard, October 1st, 2023. So that's what we got for going through the northern path on the new 2nd difficulty. I don't know why you would have a museum for paperclips, but the Zoombinis were known for making small, useful products that were prized the world over, so maybe they made paperclips and stamps and pushpins and other stationary items. And then where's the other building? Here it is.
For the love of all trapped creatures everywhere, go back and free more Zoombinis!
I will. Eventually. And then this new building, this courthouse was constructed for the Zoombinis who deciphered the lion's logic, correctly calculated the crystals, and ascended the area abyss when traveling was very hard, October 1st, 2023. Even though the Zoombinis seem peaceful, and I can't really imagine them going to court with each other, who knows, maybe they have, like, patent issues or intellectual property rights, stuff like that. Okay, our Zoombiniville is getting pretty filled up with buildings. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buildings so far. So I haven't done the very, very hard yet, so that would be 4 more. And I haven't done very hard on either of these. So I believe there's a total of 16 buildings. Which matches the number of Zoombinis that you have in each group, which might be a coincidence. So I have 6 more to earn. And next time we'll have to go back to Zoombini Isle and start again. I wish there was a way I could take the 2 from here and combine them with these. That still wouldn't be quite enough. So we have to keep starting from Zoombini Isle every time. But okay, I think this video has gone on long enough. It's probably my longest video so far and will take quite a while to upload. So I will wrap up here and see you in the next video.